Hey everybody, this is Dr. Rocks from Pounding Rocks Truck Shop, and this is the 1970 Datsun 521 with the L20B swap done to it. I just want to give you a quick update. So you'll notice that it's got placeholder wheels on it. I'm not a huge fan of these wheels on this truck. When they were on that truck, I absolutely loved them, but they're too modern for this truck. So I'm looking into a set of AR61 Outlaw 1s, which I have in the barn over here. They used to be my autocross wheels, and they still have my R compound tires on them, so I haven't dismounted them. I didn't want to leave them outside in the weather because R compounds don't like weather. Whether they're still good or not, I haven't looked because I haven't run autocross since 2019, so I don't know. If the tires are shot, then I'll throw them out and I'll just keep the wheels because I like the AR61 look for this particular model. I think they'll look good, especially with this truck getting lowered a little bit. But these are Isuzu or Mitsubishi wheels. I grabbed them off of Craigslist probably like 12 years ago or whatnot. And I sandblasted and painted them at one point, but they've since rusted over. But the red truck, Le Rouge, over here, that truck was rusted, so it kind of worked. This is kind of like an old school, like 1970 version of Le Rouge, but that's not really what this video is about. These are placeholders. That one tire back there was flat, so you couldn't roll the truck anywhere, and I couldn't just put one wheel on it. It would look funky to me, so there's that. Trying to preserve the truck, so I got an outdoor cover from Amazon. Look at these floors. These are floors from, I don't know if they're original or not. They look like they've had a little bit of work done to them at some point, but I took the bench seat out, took some glass cleaner and some Zup disinfectant spray and went through them yesterday and vacuumed the whole thing out. So I could probably use another good once over, but I'll tell you, at least I don't have to do floors on it. Rockers, on the other hand, rockers leave a lot to be desired, especially on the driver's side. The passenger side is not as bad, but the cab corner is also not in great shape. But if you look underneath, this bad boy is clean. And that leads me to my next thing. And I'll show you the passenger side rocker before I get to that. These doors are off of 67, by the way, so I don't have any of the guts to keep them closed. So I got zip ties holding them. This is the passenger side. The cab corner is in better shape, not perfect, but way better shape. And the rocker's got a hole here, so rockers are definitely in its future. And this is a replacement fender. Even has a Datsun part number on it here, so that's cool. I'm going to try and sand this. I don't know, maybe save the patina. I don't know which way I'm going to go with this truck. Underneath, it's absolutely perfect. Underneath the hood, it's absolutely beautiful. The outside, he never got to. I think the bed was done at some point because there's no rust on this bed. There's surface stuff that could be sanded, and that makes me want to preserve the bed. But looking at the back of the tailgate, we're in really good shape here. But that leads me to my next thing. Taking these wheels off. This is the first time these wheels have been off since the truck got here. Justin, who traded me for this truck, or traded me this truck for my Xterra, he never had the wheels off of it. So I can honestly say that the two rear brakes, those are brand spanking new. Absolutely brand spanking new. New hardware, everything is brand spanking new back there. And it came with two drums that had been powder coated. So I assume the drums are for the rear. I don't know. This brake here, left front, everything here is brand spanking new. Shoes, wheel cylinders, hardware, everything's brand spanking new. I assume the kingpins have been done because everything is powder coated. Everything is powder coated underneath this thing. The kingpins, the spindles, everything. The frame has absolutely been gone through top to bottom. It's absolutely gorgeous. The tension rods look like they're brand spanking new. The steering components look brand spanking new, except for the steering column being wonky, and I think I know why. We never got to the right front brake. The wheel cylinder is there. The backing plate looks like it's been powder coated, but there is no hardware, there's no shoes, no nothing. So, and those pieces were not in any of the buckets that came with the truck. So we're gonna have to find brake parts for the right front to do it. But I mean, the brake hoses are in place. I mean, we're even down to the springs that hold the parking brake cables. The parking brake cables are in there. So all I have to do is hook up the assembly and the parking brake is going to probably work. You can see the cables right here. They're in great shape. I mean, this thing is absolutely immaculate underneath. It is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I could wipe the dust off and have just this beautiful sheen here, which I did spend some time under the hood with Windex and a rag, and I cleaned all that up. And on top of that, I also coated the camshaft and the cam sprocket with assembly lube, and I got a Felpro valve cover gasket that was missing. But everything underneath looks like refreshed, just refreshed, but sitting in a barn for 40 years. So the paint that's on the block, it looks like the block was painted, everything was cleaned up, it was put together, probably never run. But unless I pull the head off, I have no idea if this L20 is built in any kind of way, shape, or form, that it was just, you know, that the pieces were just thrown on it so I could get out of the barn. Who knows? The story of this truck is very, very riddled with holes as to what was really going on here. I know it's clean, and I know it's good. I know that it was legitimately purchased. It's not like this has got any kind of like shadiness to it or whatever. But the story is like, did this guy go through, if he went through that much hassle to powder coat the whole underneath, leaf springs, everything. I assume he did the bushings too, because I mean, it's sitting perfectly. I mean, it just looks brand spanking new under here. Everything looks brand spanking new under here. If he went through that much hassle, did he put a stock motor in it, or did he have it built? Because it's painted, so that tells me that somebody went through it. It just aged. So maybe somebody just refreshed it, put gaskets on it, made it look nice, or did he pull it apart and do the whole Nismo Datsun racing thing in there and said, let's take it to the next level? Because the rest of the truck is, you know, obviously taken to the next level in terms of how clean it is. So yeah, I'm just continuing to weed through it and get it. It's a shame that the doors didn't come with it. This is the 67 door. It really does leave a lot to be desired. I have no idea what's going on in here. I really don't. It looks like there's cork board in here. But this is a junkyard door. And the 67 that this door came off of does not have as pretty of a history as the rest of this truck did. That 67 is just junk. So I got contacted by a guy who makes rocker panels for these. So that's in the cards in the future. My dog cost me a lot of money this week. He had cancer. We had the cancer removed from his spleen. He has no spleen. He's currently recovering, and my wallet's going to be recovering for a long time. So anything I do to this particular truck is going to be done with the parts that I have and with the labor that I can provide for by myself. So whatever I can do here in-house, I will do. Anything that requires parts purchases are just going to have to be very, very frugal at this point. So, but yeah, these wheels are not staying on. It just looks too hick. But anyways, like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Be sure to give it a thumbs up, and I appreciate all your comments. See ya!